How to use Miro in 2024. This video will be for you who want to make a Miro board like I have here. This is a simple example that I will be explaining to you about. But Miro is a collaborative workspace, a visual collaborative workspace where you can collaborate with your teammates in achieving a specific goal. So it's like a second brain, really. It's like other productivity apps like Notion or the likes of Microsoft Loop, but it is completely visual. It is made so that you will have the most visual workspace possible, and it is used by many major companies. Okay, so let's start. Firstly, of course, we need to log into Miro. I'm gonna show you how you can do that now. Well, it's pretty simple actually. You can sign up. Oh, okay, so in my case here, I'm already logged in. Let me log out real quick. But yeah, the s- process is very simple. You can continue with Google, Slack, Office, Facebook, or Apple. So that way, I don't think you will have a good reason not to use those integrated logins because it is just so many. They do have a very funny keep work and life separate by using your work email message here. But you can see that they're used by a lot of prominent companies of the world. Now, this is their example. As you can see, they have, I think this is a website or an app development board. And as you can see here, the arrows point a visualization of what every person is doing in the workspace. So it is a collaborative, it is completely real time. So it's just like having a very sophisticated whiteboard and you're when you're meeting. So as you can see, it has a lot of features. You can strategize and plan. In Miro, you can design customer-centric solutions. You can use it as like a sort of you can use it for everything. You can use it for project planning, and you can also use it for feedback gathering from customers. You can develop your products and services because, of course, project management, and you can connect your entire company in a single secure platform. Now, the reason why they say that is because they have a plethora of app integrations, which I'm going to show you later on this video. Okay, so once you've logged in, you know what, let's start fresh. Let's log in. I'm gonna continue to Google now. Okay, now I'm in from my Google account. And the first thing that you will see is a blank workspace actually, or the template. Now let's just explore Miro further at this point. Okay, so I want to talk about the dashboard here. So the dashboard is your homepage basically on Miro. You can have multiple boards as you can see in this team, and you can see your recently accessed boards. You can have your start boards. My team space here is called space team, but it's team space in Notion. It's just like flipped over only. And they have what this called Miroverse on top of the boards in this team. So Miroverse is it's like a spatial workspace because um, you can see that it's like a template exchange, similar to maybe a an Adobe Stock Exchange, maybe sort of like that. So that's the Miroverse is a place where you can share and gather people's template. Now speaking of templates, it is so many in Miro. So that's why I think it's very easy to set up a Miro board because there's just so many templates. You can just grab a pre-existing template and edit right away. Now, the important aspect also is the project over here. So if we click plus here, you can group boards into projects. So this is actually a premium feature. I don't have the premium feature now, but what you can do is you can group the boards into projects. So for example, you have a few boards in your team. Like for example, maybe you're developing a race car, and you need to divide that race car into specific projects like chassis, or like body and aerodynamics, or vehicle dynamics. Now you can divide those into project, and a you can add boards inside each and every one of them, so that way your teammate can be more organized. And teammates, speaking of, is another very important aspect of Miro, because I think this is what makes Miro the way it is. It is collaborative, so there's no point in not engaging in a collaborative activity on Miro. So I highly suggest you to invite members here. Once again, because Miro is meant to be used collaboratively. Now, you can have the Android, or you can have the mobile app basically, and you can have the Windows app if you're using it full time. But I found that using it from a website like this is already very good. It's already a very good experience. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is one of the use cases of Miro. So this is a board, as you can see. This is a board that is created by Deloitte, and this is meant to be played. I think they package this like a game, but it's actually a way. This is a board for you to design a future way of working that takes into account unique characters and experiences, and it is meant to be played by from 6 to 12 person. Time is 100 minutes, and the facilitation experience is none, which means that this is meant to be played by whoever and anyone, basically, whether they are familiar with Miro or not. Now, okay, so imagine this: you are opening this board uh, from your tab, and you are first presenting your screen to the group. Let's say, for example, and you're doing a presentation, and you're explaining the slides that you've made in this board. And when you're ready, you can share this board to your presentation participant for them to access this board directly from their device, and they can actually change up this these monsters, and they all can access and edit this file, this board, collaboratively. So imagine just a bunch of mouse, like a bunch of bubbles, name bubbles, moving around, many stuff. I think that's very cool, because that just mimics the way a an offline whiteboard feel does. And as you can see, it's presented like a game. This is just to demonstrate how cool Miro is and its potentials, and then you can direct the uh, participant back to your presentation, and you can ask the participant to again edit the board here according to your needs. There you go. So as they're working on the board, you can, and then you guys, this is basically like a collaborative work online and real time. So there's like there's this feeling of synchronous meeting if you're in Miro, and there you go. So this is just like a collaborative workspace, right? And imagine you doing this with within a presentation. Like imagine how engaging it must be for you to have this type of presentation. I think this is geared towards like a training course, like a training session in an office, but you get the idea on like the potential of this app. This is just one of the use cases where you can use Miro. Now, another thing uh, that strikes me good. And I think a good starting point if you want to start using Miro is a Kanban framework template. Now let's work our way from this Kanban framework template. By the way, this template will be added for you by Miro automatically when you're first opening Miro. But um, the reason why this is a very good template to start with is because it's a Kanban framework template. It can be used for project management. So let's say you have a project. Obviously, you need clarity and you need time context. Those are the two most important things in a project, right? Now, to to successfully uh, emulate that in Miro is first, of course, you have a Kanban framework for the clarity and time. Like for the clarity, like you can see the individual tasks that are need to be done and their status, whether they're not started, in progress, or done. But next is maybe a timeline, right? So you can simply add an app here, plus, and let's find a timeline app. Let's see. Now, as you can see, you can have a diagram. Maybe let's add a template. By the way, I think we're really looking for a template here. Let's see. There you go. Planner, a program board. Now let's add a planner here. There you go. Now, it is Jira, but you get the idea. I think you can also make it from a Kanban template as well. It doesn't matter. But let's just populate this board with a few elements real quick. And I think I want to add a database. There you go. Maybe add a... No, let's just add like a database, like maybe a documents. There you go. Wait, let me see. Oh, it's in the templates bar. My mistake. Okay, so let's find database. Or a... Oh, you know what? Let's find from the use cases. The research and design. Okay, let's see. Let's find... Let's see a good template for database. I think this is very good. Okay. Now what you have is your most important bird's eye view of the project on the center, represented by the Kanban framework. And you can see your timeline on the right. Let's just replace this to a proper timeline template. Let's find a time. Oh, there you go. There you go. See, that's very easy because basically you don't need to do anything. You just have to like look for templates and add them accordingly. Okay, you have your timeline on the right and you have your resources on the left. So instead of having like multiple apps for just doing those two things, which is the clarity and time context, in Miro, you can just put everything in one board and make it visible for everyone and very clear. So, for example, and I want to reiterate the cool thing about Miro here. So imagine like you're doing the progress tracking, right? Like you're having a progress tracking over here, and you can see your teammate is working on the individual documents that you're working on, and you can see the other teams are discussing the timeline all in one collaborative space, and they're all visible in doing it. So you feel like, so you don't feel alone, you know. And yeah, I think that is all from me. Oh wait, one more thing. So the way to make this like a document list is just add links here, and you can add a link to a Microsoft Word or a Google Docs or other document file online that you can think of, and that way when you click it, you can transport straight. You can transport all the way to the link to the document. And yeah, that is all from me. Thank you very much.